Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 3 of season 26 V8 Vets, brought to you by RaceKraft Simulations. This is split 4. This is the Friday night chook raffle. I am John Van Ree, your chief caller of the draw. And in the calling house tonight, we have Mark Dyall, Michael Hayes, and of course, Scotty Perrins, all the way from Bravery Island. How are we, gentlemen?
You're good, thanks, mate.
Good to hear.
Good, thanks.
And, of course, we are at that wonderful circuit known as Watkins Glen. We are racing that wonderful layout known as the Cup layout. This is hard, fast, NASCAR-style racing. We have got a little bit lackadaisical track limits. We can push it out wide in locations, but management stipulated, or race control stipulated that you go outside the white lines. You've got to give way for people coming back in. Hearing some stories tonight of people letting people back in, which I think is a bit bizarre, because if someone was out there, I'd hang them. I got myself out there and I backed out and got out of the way of somebody. But it is a great track in all the less. So we start at turn 1, down the hill, hard corner, get right, big camber. And then we head up into turn 2, 3, 4. The S is up the hill. Fantastic bit of the circuit where we go across the bridge, down the back straightaway into the famous bus stop. We will see plenty of action there tonight, I reckon. So keep a close eye. It's one of the good spots to try and get a move done if you're brave enough. We then come out of there through what people call the carousel. Plenty of people called it the carousel last night. If you were in a Discord channel last night during the race where people called the outer loop the carousel, you would have heard the amount of abuse Gunter was throwing at you. So I'm not going to repeat that. Not going to repeat it, but it was very, very abusive. We then head down the back straightaway into turn 10, second last corner, nice sweeping corner, into 11 onto the main straight, where we head down across the start-finish line. Let's have a look at the great Will Wilson. The captain has got out in the Beechcraft again, flying here in upstate New York. We're not too far away from Buffalo. We can see Lake Seneca out there in the distance. If we looked out a long way out to the left, you would probably see one of the Great Lakes and Niagara Falls and Buffalo. So looking out to the left, giving a big wave to our good friend Jeff Eddy, who's just up in these parts of the world as well. This place not too far from him. And you can see that Beechcraft, a beautiful aircraft. And this track, a beautiful layout. There is that boot that we didn't do this time, but it is a sensational place to be. And I guess before we get into the action, we better have a look at the championship standings after 2 rounds. It's been a very, very interesting start to the season for these guys. And when we look at the championship, we can see Bruce Galloway from W2 Motorsport is leading the championship from Glenn Boyce and Michael Power. In 4th, Braden O'Loughlin. 5th, Robert Baxter. 6th, Shannon Morgan. 7th, the one and only unhinged Michael Hayes. 8th is Daniel Page. 9 is the unhinged Carl Pickering. Michael Coraliff, the name, the myth, the legend, sits in 10th, just in front of Baldock, Van Ree, Perrins, Grenshaw, Verme, Vella, Rose, Dave Longstar rounding at top 20, Pete Morris. Thoughts on the tracks, lads?
Yeah, interesting track. Fast.
I thought it was
Shame
fun.
it wasn't. Yeah, fun track. Yeah, shame it wasn't. I was saying to Scott Gamble last night in the green room, it would have been better with more laps with the shorter track. It would have been a lot more fun, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, more laps.
Yeah, we had to pull the line on a 150. We had to pull the line on a 150 somewhere, though. Just got to say that it is a battle and a half in itself. And yeah, okay. It's got an alarm from an alert from my garage, but it's my wife. Yeah, so moving on. Yeah, it is a great little track. I think it was good. It was fast. The NASCAR layout works well. We've used it plenty of times in the Pro Series, and it's worked well. Never had any major incident to concern with going out wide. People just had to realise if you went out wide, it was in your own peril. As I said earlier, if you got caught out wide, you've got to back out and get out of it. Simple as that. No different than any other rejoin on any other track. Let's have a look at the grid. I know we want to get into this one tonight. It is going to be some very interesting racing. And it is an interesting grid as Matt Day from 266 Sim Racing is back with a 1:11.33 to put himself on pole position. Sharing the front row with our favourite New Zealander, Braden O'Loughlin from Frog Leap Juice Racing. And then on the second row is Phoenix Racing's Stephen Vella lining up alongside CX2 Reality Racing, Rob Baxter. Rob putting himself in the top 4 again. He's done it the last few weeks. Let's see if he can capitalise this time. Greg Harris from Old Mates and Sons, a name we haven't seen in the top 3 rows for a fair while, is Old Mates and Sons, but the rookie Greg Harris getting himself well up there. Lining up alongside Shane Patterson from WKMP. On the 4th row is Glenn Boyce from Southern Cross Racing. Lining up alongside Ash Hall from Quantum Racing. Good to see him in there. And the man, the myth, the legend, Scotty Perrins lines up alongside the godfather himself from Shadow Racing, Mark Dyall, on the 5th row. Then we go to the 6th row where we've got Bruce Galloway, our championship leader from W2 Racing. And then he lines up alongside in him on the 6th row is Sean Slater from HHR Team Jinx Shifter Racing. Over the page, it's just a minute here. Over the page, we've got Dave Galley from Southern Cross Racing on the 7th row, lining up alongside Darren Friend from Old Mates and Sons. On the 8th row is Michael Power from Southern Cross Racing, lining up alongside the entertainer himself, Robbie Williams from Player One. On the 9th row is Dominic Tennille from Unhinged, lining up alongside his teammate Shannon Morgan. On the 10th row is Kurt Heath from Apex Esports, lining up alongside Quantum Racing's Craig Rose. On the 11th row is Darren Freer from W2 Motorsports, lining up alongside Dougie Wright from Old Mates and Sons. Then we get to the 12th row, Joseph Grenshaw from Unhinged Sim Racing lines up alongside Anita Buckland from Old Mates and Sons. Anita in the pointy end of the half of the field. Over the page, we then roll into Simon Pitt from Southern Cross Racing, lining up against some Muppet. Mike Korolev was back in on the 14th row from Oceanic Sim Racing, lining up alongside Ratbag Racing's Dan Page. Pete Morris back on the 15th row for Fishy Motorsports with Brendan McLean from McLean Racing. And on the 16th row was David Logstall from Team AJR, lining up alongside Gunter himself, Dave Worrell from WKMP Sim Sports. On the next row, Phil Marsh back in the driving seat, setting a time. Great to see Marshy back representing Unhinged. Done us a lot of work in the background for that team. Great to have him back on track. And he longs up alongside Darren Walden from Angry Birds Racing. And then in the next position, we've got Tim Hall from Player One and David Baldock, WKMP D37 Racing, back in 36th. Wonder what's happened there. And then we jump back a little bit further to Darren Vermey lining up alongside his one MLT brother, Tim Vermey. And then Hayden McAndrews from Player One out on track as well. Jamie Dyke was the number 2 in race control. The chief man himself in race control was Dave Coleman. Simon Black didn't set a time. We've had to call out to the contractor. We've brought in the contractor for the safety car, Mandeep Singh. Dale Harvey from Unhinged didn't set a time. Vaughan Robinson from Southern Cross didn't set a time. And Michael Hayes didn't set a time due to computer screen issues. That is the grid, gentlemen.
Very interesting one.
Very
Did Dave,
interesting one.
Did Dave qualify on wets or something?
Don't know. I think
He'd have an excuse.
it's about
Yeah,
being.
usual suspects are still towards the front, though, that you'd expect.
Yeah, they are up there. They are in that direction.
Yeah, Dyall moving forward again like you would expect him to be.
Going on there. I'll come back to that one. And yeah, it's a little bit weird. Not sure. We'll work that one out. Anyway, I might say, guys, we might light the wick on this one and get it started. So good luck to everybody. This is going to be a fast-flowing race, I think, knowing this layout and the way we've talked it up. Let's roll the dice on it. That's a great start from Matt Day. He gets the jump. He's heading down into turn 1. And we're just going to go look a little bit further down the pack at what's going on. Timmy Hall. He's come down. Is he going to take everybody out?
Bid exit is now open.
We do. Oh, trust me to do that one again. Bloody hell. You missed him. Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about myself making a mistake here. And we'll just go that one. There is one thing I should have done. Apologies again, everybody. And it's the simplest thing to fix. I should get a hotkey for that. And we will go back to... And yeah, Timmy missed everybody. We were making jokes before the start of the race about it being going bowling, because you've got the bowling sign there sitting right out. And we didn't quite do that. As we come a little bit further back down the pack here, everyone spread out a fair way. A little bit of contact. Car's gotten spun. I think Mike Korolev could be involved in this as well. Anita Buckland, there's guys going everywhere. There's Baldock. He's always in the middle of everything. And that is Mike dropping like a stone. So some very big play there. Let's jump back up the front. Braden O'Loughlin under pressure from Steve Vella as we complete the first lap. Coming around the bend. So we've got a few cars in trouble a bit further back here. Simon Black's got himself going. Tim Vermey is stuck in the wall. He's not getting out of that. And there is Simon Black going. So we are absolutely driving. We've completed the first lap. And on lap 2 is commenced. And we have just had the magic call for a safety car. That is very, very impressive. Start from a few guys, a few big movers. Pato up 2, Power up 4, Joseph Granshaw up 4, Pete Morris up 8, Walden up 10. Under safety car conditions now. This is going to be interesting with the one tyre change rule that we had last night. It'll be interesting to see who dives in, makes the big dive, and who doesn't. Plenty of opportunity there to dive in. And we'll see, because this could have a bearing on how this race plays out. Remember, you could do this quick stop here, top the tank up a little bit, don't change tyres, and would carry you deep into the race. So let's just start watching who pits. That Day stays out. O'Loughlin stays out. Vella stays out. Pato is in. Baxter is in. Harris is in. And I've got a feeling we might have seen Baxter and Patterson come in a bit too quick there. We might see some 40-second stop and holds in this group. And just while we're waiting for that, under these safety car conditions, let's have a look at what happened with the Chook Raffle rewind. We'll drop back, have a look at what happened to Rosie. Of course, going 3 wide into the bus stops, never a good proposition. It's caught out a little wide there, tries to make his move. Korolev doesn't have too much area to manoeuvre. That sends Rosie around and keeps spinning, then gets hit by one of the Southern cross cars and then starts rolling backwards. I'm not sure if the foot's off the brake there, but manages to be safely out of the way. Let's have a look at this with the Chook Raffle rewind, and from the perspective of Mike Korolev, you can see there is the tap there of Rose. And then we can then see everyone trying to work out where they're going to go. Darren Frere caught out in the middle there with nowhere. He clips the slower moving Korolev, spins Korolev around. And of course, the guys at the back there are all trying to work out where they're going to go. And then we have some nose to tail. And I think this rolls on a little bit further.
I unfortunately get another car just up here too, John, as I'm coming back on. So got to drive through for that one.
Yeah, so a bit.
I was going to say, John, did you have somebody standing on the other side of the fence there to go that wide?
Me?
Yeah.
I just saw him rolling back, and it's like if I just keep turning towards the fence, I've got room to react. As you can see, safety car is out there. He is definitely going to be running there for a little bit.
Right, Scotty, what was the idea of not going in, mate?
Hang on, Scotty. Bear 1 second, mate. Yep,
Yeah.
go again.
I don't get track position.
Trying to keep track position.
I'll make up what I lost.
Yeah, you've gained it 4 back, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few in my team discussed that hopefully there was another safety car later in the race that they may have been able to take advantage of. So
well, it is a track known. It is a track known for safety cars, so I could see someone rolling that dice. But being a 150k race, it was sort of, you want to split it into two for your tyres. And yeah, this was an opportunity just to roll in, put that extra gap in the tank. So your next stop's really just a tyre long stop. And yeah, anyway, you got that old Gamble and McKnight always stop on a safety car early. But yeah, like going to a casino and saying bet on black, but yeah. The house always wins. Look at the safety car.
Rarely do you regret taking an early pit stop, but you can definitely regret not taking it.
Oh, yeah.
A few waiver rounds happening at the moment. As we look back on Matt Day, we did have one waiver round. I expect the safety car to pull away shortly once we get to the outer ring, outer loop. Or if you're out there, Gunter, once we get to the carousel. I was wondering when he was going to get an Uber Eats order. He's off. The safety car has left the pack. I'm sure someone in Gould has just ordered himself an ice cream from McDonald's, and our Uber Eats driver, Mandeep Singh, is going to go pick it up and drop it off. He is flying. I've been to see what Matt does here.
Looks like he's looking for a multi-drop with the speed that he's taken off.
Yeah, Matt Day has control of the field. This is the real pressure. All happening. Let's just hope we don't need a safety car very shortly until Mandeep gets back from that order. And he's held him a fair way. He's taken him into turn 2, second last turn.
You taking him to the line, or is he going to go early? Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. And he has gone. We are racing. We are back to green flag. And he's going. Yeah, I did love that comment, Brett. You didn't have to delete it. And he's absolutely flying. Lap 5. He's underway. Let's see if I can find my next target. It is a great fast-flowing track. Tyre wear is deep. And definitely, you push the car hard, you can go too much, hurt the tyres, you look after it, you find a lot of pace later. And, oh, hell. I've missed it. Move on to the next one. So, plenty of action up the front, of course. Few boys who didn't pit. Darren Freer stayed out, and he just found the wall.
Ooh.
And hit that very hard, and just misses off to the side here and just gets it back into the pits. So he's very lucky where he did that. And delete that one. And the boys are absolutely flying up the front here. Matt Day got himself out to 0.8 seconds already. Greg Harris, he is doing very well for the rookie. He's dropped 7 spots on a few of those early incidents, but he's absolutely racing well here. Tucked up behind Michael Power, and has Slats coming hard behind him. Darren Vermey in the middle of this battle here. So Darren Vermey, the first of the cars not to stop. Last of the cars not to stop. So under a bit of pressure from these quicker guys behind. And just a little tip for those who didn't pick it up at home. Dave Baldock changed tyres under the safety car.
Yeah, that was
Well, that's a long run on
right.
tyres, isn't it?
silly move.
And some good racing here. Slats now coming through.
A lot of bumping going on at that point.
I know. It was very frustrating. It was like some of the driving at this stage was just, why take risky moves?
Yeah. Too much my liking.
Way too much. You know, the field was shaken upside down. Yes, but, you know, you still had to be practicable with what you were doing and how you were driving. Like some of the driving standards last night really found outstanding. Oh, Dougie's in trouble. Oh, Simon Black. Some green car just got turned around in all that as well. Imagine the expletives that were said then.
You wouldn't have said anything.
Still love you, Mr. Black.
Calmest bloke in motorsport, you are.
Steve Vella sitting in third. He's doing well. And of course, 3 wide. Tuck it back in. Nicely sort themselves out. Big shout out to Big Barry. We haven't seen Big Bazza in the chat for a fair while. People don't know when to back off exactly, Luke. So we've got 30 laps to go. "30 laps to go. We've had more incidences than a machete in a shopping mall in Melbourne."
Just get yourself into a rhythm. And
Right, you want to be a lover, not a fighter, Scotty. I love it.
yeah, absolutely.
Lap
Take that
9.
blatant shit.
Hey, the field starting to spread out. Matty Day. This is the man who we are all expecting. Man who was all expecting everything. Yeah, I know, Simon. Man who was expecting everything and then definitely starting to deliver. He's got the legs. He's walking away. Still got a pit, though. So does Braden O'Loughlin. Stevie Vella. The Phoenix has risen to the top. He's sitting in P3 at this stage. Bruce Galloway from W2, our championship leader, sitting in P4. Great bit of effort here from Brucey. Scotty Perrins in 5th. Look at him go. Scotty of old. Robert Williams, the entertainer, up 10 spots in 6th place. Not bad for a little bloke from the Blue Mountains. They talk those hills up as being really, really big. Kind of not really when you come down here, but still, he's doing well. Dominic Tennille, the captain, doing very well for Unhinged. I think the boss would be pretty happy with that one. Timmy Hall, he's doing quite well as well for player 1, even though we're seeing a little bit of action here. Mash Hall in front of him.
I just hope Dominic never gets the chance to take Michael out, because Christmas could be interesting.
That's all good. I don't hold a grudge.
No, you just strangle it.
I guess one good thing about these guys that didn't pit is that they've got a fairly clean section of track and they're not getting bumped every second corner. So their cars are nice and clean.
Exactly. Yeah, it was just amazing. You sort of shook that field up, and I was really just disappointed with the lack of respect guys coming through. But anyway, you get that. Short track. I guess they all felt they had to do it in a hurry. Steve doing all right here, using the bit of extra track, stacking in behind O'Loughlin. 'Loughlin.
Yeah, whilst this layout is fun, not having the boot takes away some of the trickier corners that you need a bit more skill for it, not just flat out.
Yeah.
No, it's a bit more patience. You got to wait for the guy to make the mistake.
Yeah, the skill comes from patience.
And then the other aspect of this layout is, and I know these cars don't have the massive drag or slipstream of the Gen 2, but it still does have it. So the patience comes as staying behind somebody, saving fuel, biding your time, waiting for the mistake. And the best bit about this place, they'll make that mistake. They'll go extra wide, because you can go extra wide, but they'll go extra wide. And if you can keep yourself 2 wheels inside the white line, they've got no rights to come back on, as long as you get inside them.
With Galloway pitting. Yeah,
Yep.
I found it harder through the week to practice lessons to go that wide because you don't do it that often.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we know we're running the NASCAR layout. It was no different than doing the national circuit at Mexico last season. Everybody loved that. And this was the same concept. No different.
Yeah, you
So-
didn't have to let them back on, but it was one of those tricky things. If you didn't give them room, they were going to shoot back on anyway and take you out. So,
But it would have been reckless. They would have been whacked
yeah.
over the nose very hard and probably sit out this week.
yes, still ruins your race if you don't give them the room. Is the only tricky thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Lap 12. They might go back, have a little bit further back. Glenn Boyce. He has Friendy tucked up behind him. Russia, yeah, one tyre change. Made it rather interesting.
These front runners would be hoping for their safety car now.
They would be. They're probably, with the safety car we had, I'd probably say they're 5 laps away from being out of fuel.
Yeah.
Which, when you split the race up, they're probably going to be about 4 or 5 laps short of the split and still have to make another stop.
Yeah, you probably could have gone to, what, 18 or 19 or something with the safety car?
Yeah, that's what I think. That was my guess. 16 is what you would have got without the safety car. They're doing quite well. Look for a couple another battle. Shannon Morgan.
I had a good run on Tuesday night.
What was that?
I had a good run here on Tuesday night ASR in the second race. Finished 5th.
Nice one.
Yeah, surprised myself.
Yeah, practice, Scotty. Take Matt off to you. You get the time when you find it.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Bulldog under pressure from Kurt Heath.
So, how was the setup, Mark? Was it good?
I wouldn't say it was great. It still could have handled curves a lot better. He still had to work that out.
I'll give you a hot tip, Mark. I'll give it to you for free. This week's setup is moist.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, I did see it had wet on it. So
Oh yeah.
probably all the shockers are leaking on it. That's why it's wrong with it.
He does a good job. Can't pick on him.
No, I can't. I'm the only one who does.
We know
And-
that, Mark.
publicly. Everyone else, yeah, all the others sit there and don't say anything.
Ooh, Harris making a bit of a look here on Page. Harris definitely trying to ink one in turn one. Let's see if we can get him up at the bus stop.
Yeah, sort of once you understand why Jamie makes the setup the way he does, then you'll go past Mark.
Well, he's never actually sat and explained it, and that's the problem. He's never actually sat down and got on here and said, this is how I do, this is what I do, and this is why I do it. But, you know, he's never come out and...
Yeah, because people whinge about it and say, oh, the master cylinders are wrong. It should be this. So what does he do next week? Change the master cylinders. If you all stop... If you all stop... I know, but if everyone else does, now if people stop complaining, Jamie will stop deliberately tweaking.
I think he does a brilliant job at it because he's got to do it for everyone.
Exactly, and it is a hard job to do.
To work it.
You know, and I've spoken to about 3 or 4 other people that do sets for various sites, and all of them say the same thing. You know, to do something that's balanced over 200 drivers, good luck. And I think Jamie does relatively well with what he's got and the time he's got. And this is the big move here. Mr. Power, he's coming forward. That is a nice move through the outer loop.
Carousel, I thought.
Well, a bit of smoke there. Not sure what's going on. Carousel. You called it the carousel. Gunter. Gunter. Gotta go up, Mr. Perrins. Under pressure. Robbie Williams, you got the move done.
I was hanging on that spot.
You were hanging on?
Oh, yeah.
So at the moment, Ashley Hall, Dom McKinnick, Tennille, Robbie Williams, Scotty Perrins, Braden O'Loughlin, Steve Vella and Matt Day still to make their first compulsory pit stop. Look at that. Even Simon Black made dev sets for 40 million seasons. Says very hard to make a set for so many people. Different driving styles. Look at that. I'd take that as a compliment to him, Mark.
I think Simon could make a better set.
He did make some cracking dev sets, I'll admit that.
Given the time, I think he could do a great job.
Williams and Tennille in the line.
I know there's a couple of split one drivers out there who can make a couple of good sets too.
I'd hope to think we've got some split one drivers.
Stops drivers too.
There's,
I'd actually like to see Jamie say to Mark, you do a set this week, go for it, and then just leave it.
We did. Oh, 2 seasons ago.
we did.
Wrote a letter.
I was about to say that looking at the pre-qual times for the quali series for Pro Series, a couple of good vets guys in there doing very well. Dwayne Walker has let the rest of the Australian sim racing know that the vets driver has arrived. And of course our DSO, Mr. Jake Burton, sitting on top of the sheet. Let's start lap 9. Are you doing all right here, Mark?
Yeah, I let my who was it went through? I went let through, and he just ran away on me, and I thought, well, there you go. Yeah, that one got me out there. Bit of gravel on the corner, and I did.
Slow exit.
A little bit. Yeah. I don't know who put that gravel there.
Oh! Well, kept it off the wall, kept it on the track. No one cleans you up.
Did you
Yeah,
get
I gotta
clipped
say-
there, or was that self-induced?
No, I got clipped. Since having the DD wheel, it's been so much easier to catch those slides.
Yeah, makes a huge difference.
I think you like to bite from Jamie, Mark.
Here we go. Pete slowed down there to redress. I think he's waiting for you still. I was probably giving up waiting. I think he's tried the redress. He was very slow up the back straight. Very wide. Yeah, he's redressing here. That is gentleman driving, Pete Morris.
Yeah, split four drivers take note of that. That's where respect comes from.
Yep.
He even loses another spot there to
Greg Harris, yeah.
Greg Harris, yeah.
And I've missed one. Somebody had some real trouble. I may have missed it. He's in trouble. Coming on to... He's only got 3 wheels on the wagon. This is Mr. Korolev. Had a little interjection into the pit wall. Looked like it was probably gear failure or gear issue. So I'm not sure whether he's still having trouble setting up his new wheel or...
Actually, did you say something about black screens earlier somewhere in the chat?
Yeah, he might have. Yeah, could have been one of the black screen guys. Yeah, but is not a good one for Mike as we jump back up to Dave Galley under pressure now from Darren Friend. Friendy driving well. Everybody now has made their first compulsory stop. Over on the lap 20 or 39, past the halfway distance. So if you were staggering your tyres, you'd be coming in some stage around now. So you probably start to see or expect a few of these boys that did that first stop start thinking about that second one. What just put what?
Like last week, my Discord channel had nobody in it but me, so I didn't realise I was actually sitting in fifth place.
Didn't realise what?
I didn't realise that I was sitting in fifth place because I was sitting away. I had no spotter, I had no drop-ins this week, so I was all on my own.
So you can see the pit laps there. So everyone pit on lap 2. We can see the guys lap 11. Galloway split the difference. Matt Day lap 18.
Baxter in.
What's that?
Baxter's in.
Baxter's in. Yep.
Oh, when you say that name here, Baxter, I get the shudders still.
At this place.
Yeah.
How did that spinal fusion go, Offie?
Yeah, still recovering.
Like those mental scars of this place run deep.
Oh, they do. They do.
Offie never forgets though. I bumped him once about 5 years ago, and he brings it up every time we're in the same session.
Yeah.
Steve Vella, he's coming back through. Did he stop on lap 18? So he's got the fresh tyres. Hey, Power and Boyce, 2 Southern Cross drivers out front at the moment.
Along with Dave.
Dave Galley, 3 of them. Yep, absolutely. I didn't see Dave. The 3 of them. That is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah,
and
they've all been a lot of work.
about to say they've all been working pretty hard for what I've seen from the amount of laps people have been doing. And getting a bit of racing in with ASR as well. Always helps, as we've always said. A bit of racing is just as good as track doing hot laps. Racing's better than doing hot laps because you learn how to read the cars around you, learn how to drive in a pack and traffic, where hot lapping you don't quite get that experience.
100%.
Hmm.
Yeah, this week I even chucked in an official on Monday night. Jumped in with John for the first time in a couple of years. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Monday night official, strength of field, 9:15, decent daylight. Very good one to get into, usually 2 or 3 splits. So you're not sitting in a official server with James Scott going around and lapping you 3 times. And of course, on Tuesday nights, you got the choice of ASR or the one and only Oz Sprints, and then throw the coin onto Saturday nights. You can race in Oz Sprints as well, where they turn the damage off, make it a bit more social and a bit more fun. So yeah, plenty of opportunity to get out and do some laps and do some racing. Mark Dyall on the movie up back into 6th. Caught up to Friendy. Beaver and Shaker, Mark.
Yeah, I do like this track. It's one of the ones you do a lot of it over the 12 years that I've been in racing.
Oh, I thought
see how many laps I've done here.
I thought it might have been the taunting from Dave Baldock.
Nah, it had nothing to do with it. He reckons it did, but I still want to know what school we're going to. He was going to school me this week, but I don't even see him in the chat.
There we go. 43 watching. Pete Kelleher. That's right. If you haven't liked and subscribed, if you haven't subscribed, you can't comment. But if you haven't given me a thumbs up, disappointed. Obviously, I will take a thumbs up. Sorry, rephrase that. If there isn't a thumbs up, I'll take that as a thumbs down. There you go. I should. If I get less than 20 thumbs up, I'll take it as 50-50 and we won't do it again. I'll hand it back to someone else. There you go. Pressure's on you, boys. Tell me I'm doing a good job. Tell me my co-commentators and Mark and Hazy and Hoffy and Scotty do well.
Well, I'm one of the thumbs up, so that takes away some of the people in the chat. So
I was going to say we could. No, maybe I've got to go back to the school of better luring. Bit of a Minnesota joke.
So if there's only 6 and all 5 of us in here have done thumbs up, there are a lot of people in chat that still need to click on it.
Have we? Better check that. And lap 25, getting very, very scary. Have a look who's in 7th, up 29 spots. Never heard of him.
Yeah, don't know. He'd have to be really hit something really for it. Oh, hang on, he's already got tires, hasn't he?
Come on, he's in front of Pato. He's doing really well.
Yeah.
Is he a new guy, is he?
This bloke, never heard of him.
Yeah. No, me either.
Doing well here, sitting in 7th. Gonna go back up with Galley. We've got a change here between Galley. I think one might be heading into the pits. There we go. Boyce and Galley are in.
There's a lot.
Yep.
I've taken mine.
Well, if Dave can't take tyres, then he might as well run it as far through as he can.
There we go. Luke Allman saying stop it now. Bulldog driver of the day.
You're in trouble tomorrow night, Luke.
Look at him. He's coming up. Look who's in a podium position. Oh, no. Pato just passed him. How dare you, Shane? Pato rolling on. He's in the 3rd as well. He's still got to stop as well. Oh, Bulldog here making used rubber work.
Well, we gave Bulldog a driver of the day last season, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah.
You sure?
Pretty sure it was either last season or
Oi!
season before. Last
Oi! McLean takes the shortcut, followed by the other shortcut. And what go down, Pete Morris. Big shout out to Petey. Side by side with Ashall. We'll see what happens here. No, Ash is going to stay in front. Dan Page. Under a bit of pressure from Slats. Blackie in front of him.
What happened to Sean? I let him through the in the race. He was a long way ahead.
Definitely battling away. Robbie Williams about to be rounded up by Glenn Boyce. So this is where we're seeing the two strategies slide into different stages. Get my words out, John. Two strategies sliding in different stages of their strats, but at the same stage. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Mark Dyall sitting in the back here. This is a bit anonymous as well.
I was trying to work out whether the grid was upside down or not.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
It does now. It's good to see Mark up there.
At the moment, but at the moment he's only sitting in 10th. He's being schooled by the bloke in 4th.
Yeah, because some dickhead took one stop. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of racing around Rangley, and he's quite a good racer to be around.
Glenn, yeah. Very, very clever, very smart driver. Great battle with Shannon. Where is Blackie? He's tucked up behind Shannon Morgan. Nita Buckland just got passed by Tennille. She's going into the lane, that's why. Simon Black tucked up here with Shannon. He's having a good battle. So hats off, Shannon. You're getting the thumbs up from one of the Hall of Famers of Australian sim racing. I'll take that as a pretty big compliment. Big shout out to the Cad Man. Big shout out to Track Cams by Gourmet. They used our Split 3 race last night as an exhibition broadcast to show off what their track cams can do. Mark Dyall gets past Robbie Williams. Dave Baldock's sitting in P3. He said you can't. He said you can't use old rubber.
Yeah.
Gonna jump on Darren Walden. A bit of a battle back here. He is battling away with Dan Page. So some good close racing everywhere I noticed last night, and this is what we're seeing now. Only 10 laps to go. The track cams by Gourmet, just Google it in YouTube, you'll find it. If you don't find it, send me a DM and I'll send you a link, Nathan. The Vela, he's trying to fight his way back. Oh! Bit of carnage in the back, one in the wall. That looks like one of, might be Pity, I think. One of the Southern Cross boys in that.
Oh, that's a pity.
It looks like everyone else is going to get through there all right. All right, everyone's got going. Still some damaged cars. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Almost killed Goodgar. And gets himself around.
Might need to have a team chat about checking your relative before you reverse.
Tough spot, though, because you're coming just outside a blind corner.
Yeah.
Top the race now. Have a look who's in front. Oh, my God. What is going on?
Banking himself a point.
Anytime I think Split 4 can lower the bar, I get amazed by how low the bar goes. And he's still going. Let's jump on board here. We've got to do this. We've got to do this.
That's your fault for letting you through.
Here we go. Oh, wrong camera. We go to the gyro. Here we go. Into turn one. He hits that apex absolutely somewhere. Doesn't use the rest of the track. Doesn't need it. Sits in third, into fifth, very early to come up through the S's. Comes up into the top one. Surprised he found the apex. Even more surprised he kept it off the wall. Gets it going, full noise into sixth. Here we go. Where do we break? 300, 400, 500, 600. No, he's already lifted his casing. He's into fourth. Fourth through the bus stop. Very aggressive by him. Comes around, tiptoes. See those feet working at the moment. That accelerator working like he's on Dancing with the Stars. Keeps it within the white lines again. Look at him go. This boy doesn't need the NASCAR layout. Coming up now, second last corner, back into fourth. Touches the apex. Where the hell did he find that? And I think we're going to go into the pits. This is disappointing. Should have gone one more, Bulldog. Look at this. Can he pull it up before? Oh, he does just. And I'm sure he could at 40, 50 Ks, he can put it in a pit box.
Look how far back he's been playing, though. I was going to say, you've just witnessed a miracle that Dave Bullock scored a point there.
Well, leading a wrap, yeah.
I'm actually astounded that he went into the bus stop in fourth, because I use fourth and that took a lot to learn. So to do it on worn tyres, got to give it to him.
Yeah. Ballsy.
Time to take some fuel and adjust his booster seat.
Yep.
Yeah, pump it back up again. He's complaining about a bit of forearm pump to it about that stage as well. He's come back out in 18th. Go and drop on Pato. Pato, he's putting a bit of pressure on Sean Slater now. Bouncing around. And Pato's gone early with the Balin Stewart livery. Well done, Pat. Pato. Of course, Balin Stewart round next week. And looking forward to seeing everyone's Balin Stewart liveries. Done that early. Going to jump on Matty Day, our pole sitter. He's sitting back in 16th. He's made his second stop now. Look at the cars lined up in that group. And Bulldog's in it as well. So what's going to happen next, we all say. Look at him running with the big boys. Pity he didn't put tyres on in that stop. Let's start lap 33.
And he's holding off Steve Bella too with worn tyres.
Yeah. He just went, okay, these tyres got to last the race. I'm just going to drive like it's a Sunday drive. And then here he is after his second stop, sitting in the 18th. Yeah. Okay, back to Simon Black. He's up 32 spots. Tucked up behind Shannon Morgan, who he said he had a great battle with last night. A little twitchy. It's lap 34. Hope this goes right for me. It should. Jump on with Ash Hall. Tucked up behind the one Gunther von Nordschleife. Mr. Dave Worrell. Gets the job done. Coming out of the carousel. Out of loop. So Ash
into the pits now. Let's leave it late.
Dan, yeah, very late. Ash driving well. So you been pushing the Quantum lads along with you, Scotty?
Yeah. Oh, we had Barbs and and another teammate in there with us.
Yep.
Now they were chatting all night. I just had the block about.
Had the block
Yeah,
him out.
Just tell Bug to shut up. Tell Bug Dyall said shut up. Haven't seen him for a while.
Bugs, yeah. Here we go. Oh, happening. Looks like he's going to make a move here on Dave Logsdale. No, doesn't quite get the job done. Oh, a little bit too tight and into the wall. Jump back up on Boyce. Boyce under a bit of pressure from Greg Harris still.
Greg's really pushing into those corners.
Definitely is. Going to jump on Scotty Perrins. You're in a bit of a battle here, Scotty. Baldock, Rose, Perrins, Williams, all bundled up together. Oh, there's an accident. That is Braden. And there's Baldock lifted up on the roof there.
And they goes by 0
Incidents. That is a big one.
I was 0 up to them.
And definitely working his way through there. There we go. Simon Black took an early second stop, lap 13, after he backed him into the chicane. Oh, that's the accident in front of me, Simon. I was trying to stay out of the way of bloody Baxter and Wright coming together. And lap 36. Where's my friend Hazy? Keep up, Greg. So good battle there. Shane Patterson. He's battling now with Simon Black up the inside. These boys going very hard at it. Very tight racing here. This has come to an end very quick. These last 10 laps have just flown by. Someone's smoking in the lane. You should know that you're not allowed to smoke in pits. Must go out the back into the paddock. What would Motorsport Australia say?
That's right.
No, I might have missed that one, I think. All right,
Yeah,
jump back up.
around here that I lost my monitors.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Missed it. I've missed a few. Michael Hayes, there we go. There we go. No, there you are. Tucked in the wall there at the final corner.
Yeah, couldn't see anything. I was just hoping I didn't hit anyone.
So the next one I'll be looking for then will be back to Patterson. If I get this back on the track. Keeping a lot of pressure there on Black. The race leader has started lap 38. 2 more to go. One we might have to come back and do as a post-race replay. So there we go with it. Might jump back up the front though. Couple laps to go. Boyce still under pressure from Greg Harris, the old mates and sons driver, doing really well here. Power in 1, Boyce in 2, Harris in 3, Dyall in 4. Power up 14 spots. Great drive from him. Dave Galley in 5th, Darren Friend in 6th, Joseph Grandforth 7th, Pete Morris in 8th. That is a great drive from him too. Got to take my hat off to that. 9th is Shannon Morgan. 10th is Simon Black. Boyce, hang on, son.
That's disappointing.
2 for 1.
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
Dyall cashing in with a 2 for 1. They did well though not to lose it completely.
Well, I've just got to wonder whether that was a return serve from lap 14.
Oh,
And I get to see Dave Bulldog ahead of me, but what a shame.
can't have everything.
Mark's in 2nd. Wow.
Yeah.
Matt Davis had an equipment failure or something, didn't he?
Yeah. Absolute massive things happening everywhere at the moment. Michael Power 9 seconds ahead of Mark Dyall in P2. What can Harris do here?
He's got to remember what happened on the last lap. Take it easy.
Yeah. I know I've got Power out in front. I'll stay with this. Oh,
That's sorry.
Mick Power about to come to the line. I'm going to try and double dip here. This is going to be a bit of a click and click and click. So Greg Harris in P2. What does Dyall do? Oh, no, Mark. The track's over to the left, son.
Yeah, trying to talk to DC, it doesn't work.
You don't talk at that stage. Plus, at that stage, comms would have been muted. Should know that one as well. Great result. Michael Power takes the win. Greg Harris, P2. Dave Galley, P3. Marky Dyall threw away a P2, especially with that last corner, second last corner. Glenn Boyce
bumped up though.
He will get bumped. He will get bumped up from the bump and run, but that will cost him. And I will read out what the final results are in a minute. But this is what I've got from SDK, and I'll apply everything. Then Darren Friend up 8 and 6th, 7th, up 16 spots is Joseph Grenfell. Up 21 spots in 8th is Pete Morris, and up 33 spots in 9th is Simon Black, and up 2 in 10th is Sean Slater. But we, guys, for drive of the day, and I'm going to throw this out to the pack. And I'm going to start with you boys in here. Who's our driver of the day, lads?
Well, Mick Power drove well. We always expect him to be up there. Other standouts, Dave Galley drove well. Good to see Darren Friend as far up as he is.
Friendy doing very well in 6th. But I think...
I was going to say Joseph drove well to be up 16th.
He did very well to be up 16th. I reckon Galley. Great to see him actually deliver a podium, I think. That's my pick. And then I'd probably say Pete Morris, another one. Works hard, tries hard, getting a top 10 up 16, up 21 spots. And then Simon Black up 33 spots is pretty impressive. Luke Allman saying...
Simon started from the pit, so because of a penalty.
Okay, yep. Righto, Scotty Perrins, thoughts?
Oh, I'm going to go with Dave Galley.
Going to go with Dave Galley. Righto, I'm going to... my typing skills. Hit the right car. There he is, parked there. Well done, Dave Galley. Congratulations on the quality M1 used cars drive of the day. I think that's a cracking effort, mate. Great to see you back on the podium again. And great to see the hard work that Hoffy's telling me that Southern Cross boys are doing, starting to pay off. And
yeah, working really hard. It's good to see.
And let's find someone who's actually moving. Okay. Then I'm just going to quickly read out the top 10 again. This is after penalties have been applied. Michael Power, Dave Galley, Mark Dyall, Glenn Boyce, Darren Friend in 5th, Grenshaw 6th, 7th becomes Simon Black, 8th is Sean Slater, 9th is Patterson, and Harris ends up dropping back down to 10th. That is the big change in there. 11th was Heath, 12th is Vella, Morris, 13, Walden, Williams, Morgan, Rose, yeah, and then some Black Van Ree was 21st, some Black Baldock was 20th. Those playing bingo at home. Yeah, so that is the results of that one. So I guess fairly easy at this stage. Greg's not with us, so I'm going to hand the commentary over to you, Hoffy. You can thank the sponsors and the lads.
Oh, okay. I wasn't ready for that. Of course, Chubby Buns and the guys have put in a lot of work. Bit disappointed for Boyce because it would have been a SCR clean sweep, which would have been brilliant. In in saying that where they finished is really good. No one panicked. So thanks to M1 Used Cars, Chubby Buns, Sud Speed, who else is there? I can't think. and yourself, John. And there we are. The images. Thanks to all the sponsors and thanks to you, John, for putting this on Friday. Just a quick note that I've just noticed because I kind of just fired up YouTube. Thanks to Sean Palmer, who, as some of us know, Dane was over there in Ukraine. Sean is actually Dane's brother, and he is in Ukraine at the moment. So thanks to those guys for tuning in. But yeah, especially thanks to all the guys who put the effort into doing a lot of work this week. It's been good.
Too easy, Hoffy. And of course, speaking of where we are up to in the championship, someone just joined us. That
Carlo.
Corliff, how are you, K-Dog?
Very good, thank you, gentlemen. How are we?
Good, mate. I see you had fun at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I don't know how to go that far. Go too hard.
Won't go too hard, okay. Rightio, where was I going? I was in the middle of clicking between things.
Mark
Right.
podium spot.
Mark podium spot, yes. Mr. Dyall on the podium. Anyone you want to give a shout out to, Marky Mark? Surely you got to thank Jamie for the setup.
Just well, I won't say thank the teammates for the help through the week, but no help on the race night. So yeah, I'll have to get into about that. You guys are putting broadcasts on all the race control, everyone behind the scenes. RaceKraft is our main sponsor on the car and on the sim as well. So yeah, that's all I got there, and happy to pull off a podium.
It's good to see that being schooled by Baldock got you on the podium. Absolutely love it. Let's have a look at the championship standings. And
it was a Snowtown, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, there's something like that. Let's have a look at the standings. So the standings, we see Michael Power now leading the championship from Glen Boyce. Bruce Galloway drops back to third. Still no drops in those figures yet. I might chuck one in next week. You're yelling outside. Shannon Morgan is in fourth place, doing very, very well. And then, of course, in fifth place, Joseph Granshaw. Fifth is Braden O'Loughlin. Seventh, Robbie Baxter. Baldock is only 3 points ahead of Van Ree. And Dan Page rounds out the top 10 just ahead of Scotty Perrins. So she'll get interesting, I think, when we start throwing in a few drop rounds. And we might do that after next week's round. Let's go back in. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody as well for basically having us do this on Sunday last week. I thought I would just say a few things as I sit here tonight. That was taken at 11 o'clock. So half an hour or 45 minutes from now. That was taken at 11 o'clock last Friday night. It was 37 degrees, blowing a gale, and that is about 25, 30 Ks from me. So it was not a pleasant part of the world to be. Considering I'm sitting here at the moment at this time and it's only 24 degrees, it's amazing what a difference a week makes. Thought I'd throw that one in there. The other one that I will bring up will be, of course, if I can find where I parked it, will be next week is the Bale and Stewart round. A lot of you Split 4 guys probably wouldn't know Michael too well. Michael does do a lot of the coaching for the Split 3, Split 4 guys on Monday nights. Please take the time to look up the Bale and Stewart Foundation, read the story behind it. 20th of January is a very significant date for vets and a very significant date for Michael. Michael lost his son on the 20th of January due to a disagreement on his front doorstep. between his son and somebody else, which resulted in a knife wound and Michael losing his son. And all this commotion happened just at the end of a vets race. The vets community over that time frame has wrapped Michael up and looked after Michael very well. And one of the great things Michael, or great's not the right word to use, one of the things that Michael and Kerry Ann have done after Balin's death is they started the Balin Stewart Foundation, which is very poignant in southeast Queensland for doing a lot of awareness and speaking to a lot of different junior groups and schools about trying to get knives and blades out of the hands of youth and school-age children. I think it is an absolutely fantastic program, especially when you see the things that are going on for us Southerners in places like Melbourne. So, you know, the Balin Stewart Foundation, I think, is a very important part. Vets, Michael's legacy in vets is very important as well. So if you've got the means or the opportunities, please feel free to make a donation to the foundation. Reg James through LCM Images has gone out and is doing a limited release Balin Stewart Foundation shirt for V8 Vets, the Catalonia Grand Prix. You can get your driver's name on the back of the shirt. And then any profits from that are all going to be donated to the foundation. So I think it's something like between $15 and $19 a shirt, I think, gets donated to the foundation. So it's a good little fundraisers foundation. Just a reminder for those that are racing in the support series in the running the GT4 car now, which is Mark. In the GT4 Mustang Cup, no, your $15 entry for that, no, that gets donated to the foundation as well. And also, big shout out to Darren Crosby and M1 Used Cars. They took on the role of sponsoring Michael with the coaching, and they pass on their sponsorship to the league. It's passed on to the foundation as well. So big week next week, next Thursday night. A lot of teams have put a lot of effort into to try and run the Balin Stewart Foundation logo on the car. I'm going to try and get Stewie to come in next week. He couldn't make it tonight because they have the Balin Stewart walk tomorrow on the Sunshine Coast. So if any of you guys are in that southeast Queensland area, I'd probably be nice to get you there. Go for a bit of a walk on the beach. Which beach is it? I'll get it the right one. But on
Kawana Surf Club.
Yeah, start at the back
99
of
Pacific Boulevard,
Medina. Yep, at 3:30 in the afternoon for a 4:00 start. It's not a fitness run. It is just a walk to show you support. It's the beachfront there at Medina. Very special part of Michael and Balin. Balin was a bit of a beach person. So very important to get on and support that as well. So big week next week. And of course, I did say in that image that we're racing at Cataluna. Guess what? You haven't read this up, Regs. I want to have a look, boys, because it's going to be one of these days. It's going to start under a cloud and it's going to finish in beautiful sunset or beautiful sunshine. So if you haven't picked up the hint, it's going to be raining at the start of the race and dry at the end. Please get involved, show your support. For those that do the coaching on Monday night, make sure you jump in, say good day, get around Stewie. I was lucky enough last year, get up to Brizzy, have dinner with Stewie, catch up with Stewie and Mike Korolev as well. He was there. He's a remarkable bloke, and I know I sound like I'm harping on about him, but with my own personal life and my own things that have gone on in my life in 2021, Michael for me was a rock, and I'd look at what Michael was up to and go, shit, I've got to get on with what I'm doing. So Mike,
can I just add a little bit to that?
Yeah, go, Mike.
Can I add a little bit to it? Last year, Oceanic Sim Racing, when we did our Bathurst 12 hour, we used sponsorship for the race control car for the safety car, and you could have your company displayed on the safety car, and you made a donation directly to the Balance Stewart Foundation. We raised just under $700 out of that for the Stewart Foundation, for the Balance Stewart Foundation. And Mike was kind enough to send me a little bit of paraphernalia, and I took the message with me when I did a trip to Canada and Alaska last year. So in various paraphernalia, and had it up there and spoke to a couple of people about it. They actually on the cruise asked me about it. So, and we'll be, of course, supporting that foundation again this year in the OSR 12 hour coming up on the 15th of March. And you'll see all of our advertisements will have the Balance Stewart Foundation logo on it somewhere.
That is absolutely fantastic, Mike.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, like
He's a good. I met him that night too, and Mike
Yeah.
Stewart's just a wonderful bloke.
yeah,
Wonderful bloke.
absolute wonderful gentleman. Yeah. On that note, Catalonia next week. I did say that. I think I've ticked off everything I need to tick off. For those who haven't been following along in other servers, Bruce McLeod stepping down from doing the iRacing officials calendar. I think that's a huge, huge loss to the iRacing V8 Vets community here in Australia. I can understand why Bruce is stepping back. It's time to do it because between seasons, he's got next season set up. So hopefully someone will step up and fill that void. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see where track selections and everything goes in the future there. And I'll just say from a vet's perspective, a huge thank you for Bruce for doing it. And we will keep a very close eye on where these track selections go. So vets may or may not leave following the officials calendar. So we'll work that one out in the future after season 23. Season 3 for 2026. Any last words from you, boys?
Very late.
Yeah, I did miss how much you said their shirt was.
How much? I think they're $49.
49.
Yeah, I think that may include mail out as well.
Yeah.
Just check Reg James. There is a link at the start of the broadcast if you are interested in a shirt or donating as well. And there are links if you go into the V8 Vet shop with LCG images, shirts in there as well. I will throw the link. I will throw the link up in general chat again.
Yep.
Just looking, Andrew Lisner's just done his paint for the Southern Cross. That looks pretty sensational. Hoffy, the Unhinged boys have done a great job. Infinity have done a great, awesome looking job. Nathan Favero of Godspeed Racing has done an awesome job. The boys at CX2 have got an awesome looking car. Fish has come out and been Fish and gone over the top. It looks bloody beautiful. There's already some good looking cars already sitting there in the picture channel. Get your car if you do mod up your car for next week. Go and drop it in the picture channel for season 26. It's a great way to show your support for Stewie as well. Yeah. Anyway,
I'll have to give Tim a ring and see if he's going to do one up for us.
No worries, Scotty. Anyone else got any last comments?
No, not really. Just look forward to next week and see how that goes with the moisture on the track.
Happy worse.
Happy worse. Anyway, a huge shout out to everybody in the chat. I think we're up around 50 at one stage. I haven't looked at how many thumbs up you ended up with, Hazy. Big thank you out to you guys. It's you guys out in the chat watching, getting involved, commenting. That makes this enjoyable for us and makes it easy for us to keep it relevant to you. Huge shout out, of course, to our race control for Split 4, Dave Coleman, Jamie Dyke and Mandeep Singh. We had to get the contractor in the safety car, but he's done a reasonable job. Can't complain too much. My Uber Eats order turned up on time, so I'm not going to get too upset. Would also like to thank all the guys on the committee that do their bit and do their thing. always plenty of conversation and discussion going on in the backgrounds. Also would like to thank, of course, the drivers that we have in our league. Some say when 200 drivers is like herding cats. And I'd probably say it's a little bit easier after babysitting 2 cats for 4 weeks. The other one I just want to thank as well, of course, is Andrew Hoffman for coming in and spending the race with us here in the calling shed. Mark Dyall, Michael Hayes, and Scotty Perrins as well for dropping in. And of course, K-Dog, Mike Corliff coming in at the end. Big thank you for doing that too, Mike.
Apologies, I was late, guys. Sorry.
I just figured you were working on Queensland time.
Oh yeah, no, there was that too. No. Well done, John. No. Well done.
Oh, good. When you sit in a server with Dave Worrell all night on a Thursday night, you've got to have something.
Geez, you're lucky you haven't got stitches in your wrists.
Yeah, Scotty.
I think Michael's Stewart's arranging a catch up with a few of the Sunshine Coast boys.
Yep.
Coming up.
Yeah, I think he's doing that in the Queensland chat. So, yeah, if you keep an eye on that. If you're not in that Queensland chat, if you're one of the newer guys in the league from Queensland, make sure you definitely get yourself into that chat. DM me and I'll get you in there. Stewie's trying to organise some catch-ups. I did read that before you deleted that, Simon, and I reckon that was a true stitch-up of Mike Corliff. So, something about yelling at clouds. Mike will get it.
That's true.
Anyway, on that laughing note, this is where I'm going to end this one. We'll see everybody again next week. We should be back next Friday. Long weekend. Looking forward to it. And, of course, thanks for watching. Big weekend next week. Big broadcast next week, of course, with the Bale and Stewart round. Cheers for watching, guys. We'll see you all again next week.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Racing the RaceKraft PT1 custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with a 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a RaceKraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The RaceKraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.